Hey everybody, it's Chris and
Mark.
from Scratch Buffalo.
Blue and red. Like
Today we're
toys.
we're drinking Round Trip
Road.
Amber Ale. No, mine's round.
Mine's Road.
Mine's Round Trip Amber Ale.
The Road Trip Classic Lager by Red Truck Beer in Vancouver, BC.
Cheers. Crack that spud.
I like this one. It's on sale at a place I go to, which is yeah.
That's what you say when you open a beer nowadays. Crack that spud.
Crack that spud.
That's what you say, or we?
Everyone.
Oh, thanks.
Everyone in the world. It's a new trend.
People who watch these videos will be on trend. Thank you.
What did you do last weekend? Oh man, I just cracked a couple spuds.
Cracked a couple spuds there, but
You were spud cracking. Today we're talking about the best way to improve your live sound as a band. And Mark brought this into the band when we started. I'd never done this before, but Mark, when he joined the band, he said, let's record the show. So, what did you use to record?
we have been using the Zoom H2N since the beginning.
And it sounds really good.
It sounds good.
It's got like 100 microphones in it that spin.
4.
Do they spin?
If you spin it, they spin.
Mm-hmm. Like a lot of things. But it had great sound, and so you think you did a great show, and then you listen back, and it turns out
Well, that's just the problem, is if you don't have recording,
you don't know.
you don't know. You'll think that you are the best band in town, and then you will rely on your friends, who are either usually very nice to you or your family. Your parents are all, oh, you did a great job, guys. You're my favorite boys, you know? And then your friends will be like, great job, man. And your other friends will be like, you guys just played a show. How many beers have I had, right? So then you can't really... You should be your own critic, is what I think. You have to be your own harshest critic if you want to improve at music. That is my thought. Yeah.
So yeah, for like a couple years, we recorded every show, and we'd listen
We
back.
have them still.
Mm-hmm. And you listen back, and you're like, well, that was really good, or that was weak, or, you know, it's a fun way to actually, because in the moment you can't tell. And so it's kind of a fun way to relive the show.
Yeah, and
fun
what is
stuff.
great now, we listen back to some of the shows we did like 4 years ago, and we say, wow, we have improved. We
Yeah.
have changed. You can kind of see how the band has evolved over time, maybe adding members, losing members, going a different direction.
Yeah, it's great. And so then last year, Mark got a GoPro.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of like you play a bunch and you record it and you're like, oh man, we're not so good. We need to really work. And then you work and then you listen back and you're like, yeah, we had a great show. And then you start watching the videos of your show. And at first
yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm sure we're awesome. I'm sure we move around just enough. And then you watch the video and it's like...
Like what you said, everything you do live, you need to do it times 10 or times
Yeah.
20. Because if you do one move, you think it's the biggest thing you've ever done, and really on camera,
It's like,
you just like, whoop, yeah. So you have to, yeah.
Well, like, it's the same like when I was on TV one time, and to come across on TV, you have to be like super
Oh.
loud. Like you need to be like, "Hello and welcome to our show."
Mm-hmm.
So like all these people on the breakfast TV show, like if you're like looking at them,
You're
they're
on
like,
Breakfast TV?
yeah, they're like, "Hi, Chris,
How do we-
nice to see you."
How do we get on Breakfast TV now?
But then you watch the video of them, and they don't look weird and crazy. But like, if you look
Yeah.
at this lady yelling at
Exactly,
you, it's like,
yeah.
why are you yelling at me, lady?
Mhm.
And then you watch, and you're like, you look really mellow, and that lady looks normal.
Yes.
And so we watched the videos, and that really, like, Mark did a cool drum trick where he jumped up on his drums, but then he watched, and he's like, oh.
It was the puniest jump ever, yeah.
But like, but I was on stage 2 at the time, and I saw, it, I was like, wow, Mark just jumped on his drums. This is crazy. It's gonna look so wild. And then you watch it, and it's like,
Boing. Or your solo you did when you leaned back and hammed it out. And you're
Yeah.
like, I felt like I did that for 20 minutes, but it was
It's
like a second. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're working on now is we watch our videos and we try and do the best show, and because that's what's fun. It's like, you know, trying to make it as good as it is in your imagination.
Yes. But we no longer have the GoPro
No,
because it was all sorts of messed up.
it was janky.
So now we have a Sony Action Cam. I
Yes.
think it's called the AS50. Picture quality, not as good as the GoPro. Sound quality, not as good as the GoPro, but way better low light. We took that thing on a walk outside.
Yeah.
Awesome in the dark. Yeah. So, but it doesn't have to be high quality to record yourself.
Yeah, even
at
just
a dark bar or anything.
You know, like
even a phone. If you could have someone hold a phone up.
even throwing a
Yep.
phone on stage, like
Yep.
that's one thing that when I was doing stand-up comedy, every comedian, turns their phone on to record the set and they go over because they want to make it better, have more fun. So record it. That's the best way because you know what you're trying to do. No one can tell you whether you achieved what you're trying to do. Only you can tell. So you listen to it, you can see.
And friends and family are way too supportive.
Or the opposite, Uncle Ricky. I have an Uncle Ricky.
Really?
No, I don't.
Oh.
All right, thanks for watching our video.
Remain joyful.
I'm sliding.